Good morning. Well, I'm starting day 2. It's Tuesday, and I had an overnight stay in the shelter. It went well. There's a bear box there. I am beginning at Plum Orchard Gap, which is where the shelter is. Plum Orchard Gap. There's the blue blaze for the trail, for the shelter. And today I'm starting, there's my white blaze. I'm starting uphill. I'm planning 12 miles, which is the most I've ever done going up elevation. As you can see, I'm quickly going up. And but had an excellent night's sleep, great breakfast, a lot of water. That's the other thing, I'm carrying 3.5 liters of water because it's about 4.5 miles to the next good water source. And the way I hike uphill, I do a lot of sweating in hot climates with humid weather. And with that much sweating, my one pack your fears is water. So, but I've got plenty of food and plenty of water. I've got to get the next 35 miles in, let's see, that's 4 days, so it doesn't sound too bad. All right, well, I'm starting to breathe and starting to work. I'm gonna get my hiking poles to work. Keep your hike on, and I'll see you on up the trail in northern Georgia, headed to the next shelter. All right, moving down the trail, taking it easy. I have a long day. Already I can see that when I meet the first shelter, I'll check my time and see if I can make the next shelter, which I think is about another 4.5 miles or so from the one I have to get to. I've got a water source there and get my good night's sleep, which is important to stay strong on the trail. I am 67 years old, so it's work, and you always are looking for trail legs, but when you section hike, and I mentioned I train on a Nordic incline machine, and so the legs start to tighten up with the knees, downhills. Last time when I went downhill into the NOC, my knees were so tight, I even walked backwards some. They just tightened all the way up, like locking up from constant downhill to the NOC. Anyway, it's a different part of the trail, southern from there. I'm trying to get back to Winding Stair Gap, which is where I started to go the NOC. So I'm filling in these areas of section hike. I'll show you where I'm headed and see the sun casting on me. I've seen one hiker since yesterday when I was looking for my poles. So I might mention a couple hikers I watch once in a while, I found entertaining at least. But I have watched Hiking Rev. I'm packing light, I'm wearing a wool shirt today. It's my only other shirt. My other shirt's a kettle sun shirt, long sleeve with a hood. It has permethrin on it. This one does not. But I'm wearing the kettle shorts, all lightweight. I've mentioned my lightweight shoes. They're only 1 pound and 2 ounces for a size 12. In normal, I think it's Suchek, it's spelled totally different, but it's a Norwegian company out of Europe. But they're nice, keep the feet light. Another hiker I'll mention, I watched his through hike, and he's got an unusual take on some things, but he was all about getting out of the matrix, which was life in our normal life, work life, city, family, but really in the city and the grind. But out here, he'd describe it, you're out of the matrix. But we know we're out of the matrix when we're out here. We're on the trail. And another one I watch a lot, but Stick the Eagle. And the trail's his happy place. All right, so just better camera. I'm on an iPhone 16 Pro Max. But elevation, and then Dix Creek Gap, 5.6. So I've just gone maybe 1.1 miles. All good. I'm gonna go slow and just keep going all day. But if you can see the trail, I'm gonna walk on down there. I got my hiking poles in my hand. But we're going downhill. One thing I realized I didn't mention, but on the Nordic machine, there is an iFit trainer, and I watch trainers on various trails around the US and the world. And they do train about hiking and different aspects of good motion for your body, enacting your posterior chain. But one thing I've already done this morning, I changed my stride, do some side steps both directions, lift my knees, and I really loosen up my knees by doing that. I talked about my knees tightening up downhill. I already started with a feeling of tightness in my legs from yesterday, not doing these type of inclines and declines. The first time on the Appalachian Trail, I learned that sometimes there's water sources up in the mountain, and it will be piped. I had a indication on this half water droplet on far out. That's a symbol. They only filled half with blue, half white. It said piped. I didn't see a pipe. Maybe I'll see it soon, or I missed it. But when I was here 2 years ago with my wife, we went up a steep incline. We're running out of water. And up in the mountain, at elevation going up, there was a piped water source, which was your safety, your salvation, so to speak. As far as salvation just means safety, protection. So that water definitely made life possible for us, because we were running out. We were new, first time on the trail. We probably did 4 overnights maybe. We are hiking on with Mike. We're gonna make a turn on the trail on the side of the mountain. We're looking up. There's the sky. When we look down, it's getting close to 11 a.m. Look at that, a.m. And see the sun coming through the trees. There's where I came from. Sunshine hitting the trail. All right, I came right back on. I'm gonna get a little section here. Here's the green tunnel coming right through, a nice little stretch. We'll just watch and look. All right, this is it, guys. When I say this is it, I'm going for the next shelter. Looks like right now I'm in North Carolina at Muskrat Creek Shelter. headed to Standing Indian Shelter, and that's at 86.1. So the shelter I'm at right now is 81.2. So that looks like 4.9 miles, and it's 3:20 p.m. So I'll make it, carry my headlamp. It won't be that. I'll make it before dark. Here's a quick peek at the shelter I'm at. Of course, yeah, there's the shelter. Get a little more look at it. A lot of shelters, they'll tell you where the name is, and maybe it's over by the trail. I'm not even sure. It was kind of funny. They actually played with the sign. However it happened. Sometimes engraving goes wrong, but I'm gonna go ahead and walk back out. I'll show you the trail sign. What's wrong with this shelter sign? All right, well, here we are. It's overcast day, so I'm not fighting the heat. The sun, it's not as warm now either. So it's overcast. I'm carrying an umbrella, and I'm carrying, I could call it a kilt if I was Scottish, but I'm carrying a rain skirt, which I can move up and down depending how much I want to keep dry around my belt and my torso. But I bought that at Z-Packs with my frameless pack, which is like less than 1 pound is for my pack, empty of course. So I've got that rain skirt, and I have used the umbrella on trail. Last year we were in rain. We did a southbound from Cooper's Gap to Springer Mountain and down the approach trail. And so we had rain opportunity, and I had the umbrella and used it. Very effective. Very nice to keep my head and shoulders from being rained on, even with a raincoat. Avoid that whole experience and just have that top of your head dry from rain. That's a nice feeling. Others bearing the rain with rain jackets. They commented as I went the opposite way on trail. They were northbound, and they commented how that looked like a good idea when you're walking in a light rain for a couple hours. It gets old, and I've never really had to do that without an umbrella. All right, well, I've got my hike on. Catch you on down the trail.